So I want to talk generally about the film, the message of the film. Do you see it first and foremost as an anti-war film, with a message that love is more important than anything? Or what's the main message of the film?
I think the strong, powerful example in the movie is that Attilio, that is a poet, makes himself of his life a poetry, and the movie is full of powerful, very hidden and powerful secrets. One of them is and these secrets are shown by the example of Attilio. So one of them is that Attilio, without hopes, he trusts, and he is winning because of that. So it's like able to put himself in the fire without a wink of an eye, and there is the taste of the unbearable hazard in life, and that is love. And the war is the contest, but is the contest that shows the horror, is the opposite of love. So this movie, it is against the war, and it's really loud with the very most subtle voice, but it's really loud. That's what wants to be. That is the way of screaming really, really loud with very subtle.
Do you feel that that a film can make a serious contribution to changing people's attitudes about serious things like war?
I think everything we do can change. Every words are really important. So every communication between human beings, between us, is very important to change. And so we have to keep talking to each other and dig and talk and communicate and try to be really open.
I wanted to ask you about being a producer on the film.
Mm-hmm.
This is your first film as the only producer, I think I'm right in saying. Did you find that a terrifying prospect, or did you relish being in control of everything?
No, actually, I've been producing from 1991, but always not. I made a road that took me to this, but I was always doing that job from 1991. So it's a road. But
this time
no, also Pinocchio, and but I was also with Melampo made all the movie, and Melampo is me and Roberto.
Just on the credits it says on the other films there were other producers with you.
Si.
But this one you're by
no,
yourself.
Also Pinocchio.
No?
Also
Oh yeah. Okay, sorry, my mistake. How involved were you with all the different parts of the production?
The production for me is mainly to be with the director, to work on the aesthetic choices. This is what it is. And to be free, totally free, as independent, it means to be open what is new and what is different from you. To be so self-confident that you can be, open your doors to everything that comes from outside.
And so having your own production company, this is vital to being able to have this freedom.
I'm sorry?
Because you have your own production company, this is, I guess, really important to you in order to have the creative freedom.
No, it's been very important. We are very proud that we made it. See.
Do you find it hard to be the producer and one of the stars of the film? How do you juggle that?
No, it's just a lot of work, but no, it's okay.
In terms of your character in the film, you spend a lot of the film in a coma. What challenge does that pose for you as an actor?
Every single segment, every single part of the movie I take it the same way. I act, whatever I do. So even that was an acting segment, but everything as for every work, for every job, if you do it trying to do what you want, maybe it's always very difficult. So it takes a lot of work.
Early on in the film, Vittorio goes to Attilio's apartment and she almost gives in to him, and then she leaves. Why does she do this?
Vittoria is hiding. She has a mask. She's hiding the real dimension of her inner real dimension. That is, she's suffering. So she has to cover that. She cannot show that. In a different way from Attilio is trying to get what he loves, even with no hope. He tries to get the life even with no hope. She does the opposite. She renounces of what she loves. But then, they will meet, although they follow different ways. Her most hidden dimension is this suffering, and she doesn't want to show it to Attilio, otherwise Attilio maybe can work it out. But sometimes she gets angry, and that angriness is a sign of that job that she does to cover that pain.
I wondered if her head and her heart were in conflict, maybe, because she wants to give in to him, but he is so crazy in a way.
There is this very little secret rope in the story of the movie that we cannot reveal, but there is this very secret that is going all through the story, and at the end will be revealed. So we have to be very careful talking about that. But for sure, it seems she's a person that has a heart and a mind that are really strong. She's, I don't know how to say it in English, sprezzante. She doesn't care of the fear. She doesn't care of the danger too, in a different way. And the danger is inside herself, is her heart, but she's, they get along because of that, because she's tough.
Where was the film shot?
Where was shot?
Where was it filmed?
In Rome and in Tunisia, where we were trying to build some. We built some Iraq with the help of special effects, and then in studio in Papigno near Terni, in this very great place to work.
Attilio is a poet, and he uses poetry all the way through the film, and poetry is central. Do you see the film maybe as a poem in itself, like one long poem?
The life of Attilio is a poet that makes of his life poetry. That is what is very strong. And the putting together of all the lines of all the poetries that Roberto likes and we all like makes even the dialogues very intense. And these together, it's like a poetry, the life of the character. The character is a poet, and then the dialogues are poetry. So that makes the movie very dense and intense of poetry, because in each detail is poetry.
And at the same time, there's all this serious things going on. There's also fantasy sequences, the dream that Attilio has with the wedding. Is this an important element to have a little bit of dream or fantasy in the film?
The dream reveals that the soul, that the heart of Attilio is totally direct, and help us to understand how loud is the love in his heart, how present and vivid. It was shot in this part of Caracalla that was a part of Caracalla made double in proportion and built in studio, and because there is something that I think calls back an ancestral experience of the man, of all of us, that is being very little in front of something that is very big. No? So you feel little man with the universe that is so big, and that emotion comes out from that scene, is ancestral and a little bit archetypical.
And finally, I just want to ask about the casting. Was it always from the beginning going to be you and Roberto in the central leads?
We are like, the only example I can take is like the example of in theater of company, of theatrical company. We are set like that from more than a century of we are set like a company, like from more than a quarter of a century. So we work like that. We are a team of work. So we were doing many things by ourselves. It's not that we only worked together. Either Roberto and I both, we made different works by ourselves, but those movies we made together, and they were built, was a road we made together, we built together.
And I noticed the Jim Jarmusch connection with Tom Waits, maybe.
We met Tom in 1985 with Jim, and for Down by Law. So yes, that was the beginning of a friendship, very strong, with all of them, with Sarah Driver, with Kathleen.